As you guys can tell from the thumbnail, it is 100% true. I sold everything. At one point in time, I sold it all, everything I have. Well, kind of. All right, guys, stick around for this video because I want to get into something that is very important, and I want to tell you what I sold, why I sold it, when I sold it. Before we get into this video, why don't you guys go ahead and like the video for us, subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out and push this content out to more people, so we would be ever grateful if you guys would do that for us. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get right into this video. Yes, of course, the thumbnail was a little clickbait, and so was the title, but it's true. I did sell everything, and I want to explain why, and I think it's important that you all know you should be selling some of your stuff too. I don't know about everything because I do still have tons of crypto left, but I did sell all of my ADA. Basically 67% of my portfolio was made up of ADA, which was probably too much thinking back at it, but it's true. It was my largest holding by far. Nothing else was even close to it. I started to diversify afterwards, but Cardano, I lived and kind of died by it in the beginning of this. I held it for well over a year, and the reason I sold it all is going to be a little bit surprising to all of you. Let's jump down to the desktop just really quick. All right, guys, so here is the ADA chart, and as you guys can see, this isn't a great looking chart, but you can see it back from a year ago. This is a extremely bad looking chart, and you can see how fast it went down all the way from all-time highs up above $3, almost $3.10, and we had a couple small pumps right here, and this is what I want to focus on, is this June time frame. On June 8th, it got to 64 cents, June 7th, 64 cents, somewhere around there after a big pump, and we don't even exactly know why. Something with Vassal, something not, who knows what was going on at that point. We were in the depths of the bear market, and I was under my average price at that point by a lot, and I saw this pump up. I saw it go up 20, 30, 40%, and I realized we're still in the bear market. How is this going to go back up? And I saw it pass 61 cents, which was my average price, and I sold it all. In one instance, I wasn't going to sell it. I was staking it. I actually had to take it off my Yoroi wallet, put it back in to then exactly sell it. And why I'm telling you guys all this and why I thought this was such a big deal at the time is because I felt kind of crappy. I felt like I was giving up on my ADA gang. I felt like I was like making a bad decision by selling it, even though my account was over $180,000 at one point. I wrote it all the way back down to $20,000. Is absolutely asinine. But here was the thing. I sold it all because I saw where the market was going. I believed that this pump was going to be kind of that fake out pump, and it was just going to get us to the point of right where my cost basis was, and that's why I decided to cut ties, and it ended up being a very good decision. Now, I don't want to get too much into the Voyager thing, but just shortly after that, Voyager locked up all my USD. Thankfully, I switched it to USD, otherwise I would have had actually absolutely none of that ADA, or who knows how much of that ADA back, and I ended up getting it all back in USD, so now we can reinvest it. I'm going to put it onto another exchange now, but selling it was very difficult for me because I was always told to hodl. When you get into crypto, everybody tells you hodl this, you cannot sell, don't be the person to sell, blah, blah, blah. I think that's total bullshit. I really do. I think you've got to make your decision and make your choices early on when you want to sell and taking profits earlier. It really made a huge barrier in my life when we were building stuff, doing things as a family based on this money, these unrealized gains that I did not take because I thought for sure ADA was going to go to $5. I'm not selling a penny till it goes to $5. I'm not selling a penny till it goes to $3.50. I'm going to sell a little bit, then $4, then maybe a little bit at $5. And ultimately that bit me in the butt. So here's why I'm getting on here, is to tell you, you don't have to do that. You don't have to make the mistakes that I made with ADA. Yes, I did sell it all, and yes, it all is in USD right now, and it is getting on to another exchange to then buy back in, and as soon as it goes below probably 40-ish cents, I'm going to put it all back on ADA again. But again, you have to learn from your mistakes, and you have to be willing to sell. You're not giving up on anybody but yourself and your family. Here is my suggestion to you guys. Take profits earlier, take profits sooner. When you come up with that number in your mind that says, oh my gosh, I'm only going to sell when Bitcoin hits 1,000 or 100,000. I'm only going to sell when ADA hits $5. I'm only going to sell when ETH hits $8,000. Guess what? When you make those nice round prices like that, think about this. Everyone else has those nice round prices in their mind as well. That's why they don't hit. And if they do hit, people get FOMO, want to jump back in right after they sold, and then now they have some tax implications and things like that. Make realistic prices. If everybody's going to make their ADA a $3 sell, you should be selling just above $2. You should be selling all the way up to $3, knowing that even if it does take off, you are very happy and content with when you sold and how you sold, and then you sit on that cash, pay your taxes like a good old boy and a good old girl, and then you wait to reinvest it back in. Without these little sell orders, an idea of when you want to sell, that is going to really cause you some issues in the crypto market. We run in 4-year-ish cycles. That has been known for right now. That could change in a heartbeat. I understand that. But 4-ish year cycles is about what we're running in. And you can somewhat predict where it's going to be and when it's going to be, especially if you've been in the market long enough. So everybody who gets crash and gets burned out on their first one, just like we did, and you don't leave the space, that is how you eventually make real money. And I'm coming on here to tell you I made that mistake full on, and that's why I had to eventually sell everything. Is like, I'm like, I need to get this USD back so I can at least put it back in. Is it timing the market a little bit? Yes, but just blindly hodling until all is done is crazy to me. Because if I would have sold at the top, let's say I don't even sell at the top, because you're not going to sell at the top. I wasn't going to, but let's just say I sold when my 18 grand was $100,000, which it was, my account was over $100,000 for over half a year, well over half a year, and it was way more than that, almost $200,000, and I still didn't sell any because I'm like, it's going to $5. I know the market too well. Well, I don't, and it bit me in the butt. And what you should be doing then is realizing that taking profits and holding it until things go back down, and DCAing and being smart over the long term and diversifying, not in just crypto but other things, is really how you're going to make money. Crypto is one of the best investments I think in the world because we're so early to the space. We are under or just at $1 trillion market cap. Think when this happens to get to 23 trillion, 10 trillion, I mean, is that ever going to even get to the stock market? What happens when people start getting into this and mass adoption starts happening? And that is coming, people. That is coming. Regulation's coming, mass adoption's coming, and we're on the right side of that right now. And you're not going to be able to say that for much longer. So again, I think the point of this video is to tell people selling is okay. Selling is just fine. You have to sell to be good in crypto. You don't have to hodl because your friend's yelling at you because they just bought something and they're too scared, to sell, or they don't think you should, or it's going to go to this price point. It's not. It's not going to. And you got to put it in your mind that, hey, I'm going to take profits before that happens, because once the big boys, they all know, hey, listen, everybody's waiting for $100,000 Bitcoin. Well, guess what? We ain't going to let it go past 70,000. And if people would have known that beforehand, they would have been selling at 55 and 60 and 65. And I'm sure people who have been in the space a lot longer than we were at the point in time probably sold a lot before then, and they probably weren't telling you about it. So the crypto boys are here to tell you, this is what we're doing. This is going to be our journey. We would love to have you guys a part of our journey, and we think it's important for you guys to know, especially the newcomers into the space, that selling is just okay. That is how you're going to stay in the crypto game. That is how you're going to turn $1,000 into $100,000 in 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Anywhere else in the world, you're probably not going to be able to do that. It's going to be very difficult to do that without going and putting in some sweat equity and grinding your hands and things like that. To kind of start wrapping up this video, again, I just thought it was important to let you guys know that selling is just fine, that you need to get above these things. You need to make more realistic price points, and when you make a realistic price point, sell before it even hits there. Sell some, take some profits before it even hits the price points that you have written out for yourself. I guarantee you're going to be happy you did that. No one's ever gone broke by taking too many profits. So hodl on, don't sell low, and definitely don't buy high. But most of all, take profits frequently, and you will win overall in the crypto game. All right, guys, that's all I've got for today. Do you guys have any stories like this? I want to know. Have you guys messed up on not taking profits soon enough? Have you sold too early? Did you panic sell? Did you panic buy? Throw it down in the comments below. Let's have a chat. We'd love to hear from you guys here at the Crypto Boys. We get back to everybody pretty much all the time. Follow us on all of our social medias. And as always, guys, we appreciate you guys coming along with us for this journey and rocking with the fittest crypto channel on YouTube. And I'm out.